So today's true scary story deals with a flesh pedestrian, and the sightings that I have gotten in my email of these things are terrifying. Makes you wonder what truly is in this world. We don't know everything. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you guys some creepy things that have been happening to me since I've been telling these spooky stories, and one thing is absolutely terrifying. It scared the ever-living daylights out of me. Before we start, I just want to remind you to subscribe to my YT channel, where I give longer versions of stories that I've told on here and different stories. The link is in my bio, and my IG is also right here. I'll put my YouTube right here and my IG right here for a minute. So today's true scary story was sent to me by a girl named Autumn. Autumn said that I could tag her and use her real name, so the tag will be in the description. Now, Autumn has dealt with a lot of paranormal experiences in her life. She can see shadow people, she hears things, and things go missing all of the time. But two experiences stand out to her so much that she sent me this because it has been bothering her whole life. She also said that her entire family has gifts, so they can predict things before they happen, they can see things, they're basically just intuitive people. But they never talk about it. She was raised, if you see it, no you didn't. If you heard it, no you didn't. Very basic kind of thought process for people who live in the woods. She lives in the state of Ohio, and she says that there is something about this state, it is just a pit of weirdness. This has made her believe her entire life that the world is not black and white, but yet it has way more to it than we can see and that what usually meets the eye. So one day Autumn decides that she's gonna help one of her friends go pick up some of her stuff from her ex's house. Apparently they have had a very traumatic breakup. It's been dramatic, there's a lot of chaos, and so she decided that she was gonna drive with her to her friend's ex's house so that she could go pick up her stuff from his house. Now she says that the ride there was fine, but her friend's ex, had lived in the middle of nowhere. Literally the tiniest town ever, but in the middle of nowhere. There was woods surrounding everything. When they got there, all of her friend's stuff was put on an electric box, so they went over, she picks up all of her stuff, she puts it back in the car, and then they get back in the car. Now after they get back in the car, they decide that they're gonna take the back roads. The back roads are just dirt roads. They are just surrounded by woods. That's all they are. So it's very easy to get lost in this area. She mentions that it's very, very hot outside. It's like 90 degrees. It must be in the summer. And the air is very thick. And there's tall grass around all of the roads. The car ride is pretty silent. They're not really talking. They're actually just enjoying the sounds of the wilderness, like the crickets chirping, the birds chirping. And they're looking at all of the tall grass, and just everything is so beautiful to them. And then they start going up this hill. And as they're going up the hill and then coming down the hill, they notice that all of the sounds just stop. Like instantaneously, no crickets, no birds, no nothing, dead silent. It is too quiet. So they're coasting down this hill, and they're a little nervous because they're like, what is going on? When they see it, this animal looking thing comes out of the grass, looks like this huge giant animal, but they can't figure out what it is. So they're just talking to each other, and they're like, what is that? Like, what could that possibly be? That's really weird. When all of a sudden her head beams just shine its light on it. As soon as that happens, whatever it was just turns and looks at them, and they get a full picture of this monster looking thing. This thing moved very slowly. It looked like a human, like a very tall human that was on its hands and knees. It looked like it had been dipped in tar, and it was shiny looking, and it had no hair whatsoever. Its eyes were milky white and round like golf balls. Its mouth was open and showing teeth that were just as white as its eyeballs. Now this thing is just crawling around on its hands and knees, just slowly crawling around. And she's looking at it, and she realizes that if this thing stood up, it would be at like 6-7 feet tall. Friend Kayla then looks at her and is like, what is that thing? And she says, I do not know, but you need to floor it now. And they just floor it. She said that she just knew in her heart and her gut that if they didn't floor it, that something terrible was going to happen. As they're rounding the corner after they're flooring it, it just slowly crawls back into the grass. Just very slowly. She said that after she saw this, she started looking up what it was. She wanted to know what she had just seen. She looked up cryptids, demons, flesh pedestrians. She looked up everything. She could not find anything that looked similar to what she saw on the internet. She said that her friend Kayla is so scared about what she saw, to this day she still will not speak about it at all. She wants to know if anybody else has ever seen anything like this, like specifically like this. And if you have, please drop it in the comments. Or if you have any suggestions for her whatsoever, also drop those in the comments. She wants to know what she saw. She also had another experience in the Appalachian Mountains that she told me about, but it's going to be way too long to add to this video, so I'm going to make the longer version of this video and put it on my YT YT account. Sorry that I have to do that, you guys, but YT just they let you do longer videos. But before we go, I need to tell you guys what has been happening to me recently ever since I started telling these stories, because I had an experience the other night that absolutely terrified me, and I've been waiting to tell you guys about it. Ever since I started this account, weird things have been happening to me, like super weird things. Like I was in the bathroom the other day and I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear someone say, like really close to my ear,
Who?
it sounded like a woman's voice, like around my age, literally just saying,
Who?
and then the thing that scared me the absolute most was one night I was absolutely exhausted. I had been filming all day. It was about 10:30 at night, which I normally go to sleep a little bit later than that, but I had just passed out on my bed. I'm sleeping when all of a sudden I start waking up and I get this terrible feeling. I don't know what it was, but it was this horrible feeling when all of a sudden I feel this tap, 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 tap on my foot, but it felt like someone's finger was hitting the top of my foot. It did it 4 times, and it did it so hard that I felt it hit my bone on the top of my foot. I literally jumped out of bed and screamed. It scared the daylights out of me. And normally my dog sleeps right next to me. Every single night he sleeps right next to me until I wake up. And I'm looking for my dog, like where the hell's my dog? I look on the floor and he's sitting on the floor just staring up at my feet. And I was like, how the hell am I supposed to go to sleep now? I've had crazy experiences my entire life, but for some reason, something about that feeling that I got before I felt that tapping on my foot, it was so real, and I could move. I jumped right up and screamed. It was super freaking spooky, and it took me forever to fall back asleep. Also, one more thing, every single night around like 1 or 2 a.m. I will wake up and I will hear someone like singing very quietly. They're singing so quietly that I can't hear the actual words, but I can hear them singing clearly, like almost like mumbling, humming. It's so hard to explain, and it sounds like a woman's voice, and it is so clear to me that it just makes my heart drop. Like, I don't know what it is. I protect myself before these videos. I pray. I do all the right things. I'm wearing a cross necklace right now. I pray before and after, but I still feel like I'm inviting things in by telling these scary stories. So I need to, I could take suggestions on what I should do, you guys, because I don't want this to keep happening to me. I'm not going to stop telling scary stories, but I will definitely take suggestions on what the hell I can do to make this stop. Other than that, I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. I love all your support and all your comments. Seriously, you guys mean so much to me. I'll always say it. If you want to tell me your true scary story, email it to me. My email is in my bio. Send me anything. Send me any scary stuff that you have. I love all the emails that I'm getting. I'm gonna do a compilation series soon on my YT. Like, thank you so much. And some of you guys asked me where I got this sweater yesterday, so I'm gonna drop the link for you guys right here. It is so freaking warm. You can also wear it as a dress if you wear it like this, and it just gets longer. It's so cute. I like to wear it as a sweater like this and a dress like that, so I'll drop the link for you guys right there. Other than that, my name is Kaisa, and I give true scary stories that you guys submit to me on here every single night, so if you like that, hit that follow button or subscribe wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one. But I need you to do me a favor, and what is that? Have a spooky night. Love you guys.